No, no, no. It could not be. It was just her craven heart making her imagine that she knew that voice. "What say you, sirrah?" the same voice demanded. "You deem this is the place?" Another man's tame tones replied, "Yes, your highness." Itty bit her lip to keep from crying out. She felt Rowan's hand close over hers, warm, steadying. One careless move, and all would be over. "Are you certain?" barked the harsh voice of Solon the Red, petty king of Oberon, Etty's father. "Yes, your highness. It was here. There is the fountain and all." "Ha! Assuming the wench is still hereabouts, then, we'll have her at our mercy." Wench. He meant her, his daughter, Ettarde. He had come to reclaim her. Itty started to tremble. She had not yet dared a look at her father, but just at the sound of his voice she felt herself once again Ettarde of Oberon, runaway princess, damsel in distress. For that moment she forgot that she was now Itty, member of an outlaw band. She shook like a frightened deer, all her muscles bunched, and against all reason she felt sure that her angry father could see her, right through the hazel bushes, and her brown mantle with its hood shadowing her face. He could still see her. She knew that she must be motionless, still and silent, like a big-eared mouse in its bed of leaves, or else she would be seen and captured. Yet her heart raced, urging her to leap up and run, fly, flee, run away, run away! "To your stations!" King Solon roared. "Pitch camp!" The shock of his shout made Itty startle all over. If it were not for men leaping from their horses, someone might have heard the brush rattle. Rowan's warm hand slipped up to Itty's wrist, gripping her. It was not only her own life that depended on silence. It was Rowan's also. Yet in the back of her mind, panic babbled. "Run! Go ahead, be a coward. Run away." Running had worked to her advantage once before. Almost a year ago, an evening in early summer, here at this very spot, when she had still been a sorrowing princess, dressed in white satin and lace, with her father's men escorting her to be married to Lord Basil against her will. All had been the noise and confusion of men making camp, just as it was now. With her head nestled at the base of the hazel bush, Ettarde could hear them yelling orders at each other, quarrelling, leading horses here and there. At just such a time last summer, she had taken her chance and had run into the shadows of the forest. But they would have caught her at once if Rowan had not been there to help her. And Lionel, great oaf of a minstrel who would tremble at the sight of a spider, yet he had faced an armoured knight to save her. Head down behind the hazel bush, Itty listened to the commotion in Fountaindale and watched Rowan's grave, dark-eyed face. She signalled Rowan with lifted eyebrows and a pleading gaze. "Now, please?" By way of answer, Rowan increased the warm pressure of her grip on Itty's wrist. Wait. But at the same time, Rowan lifted her head softly, ever so slowly. Rowan had her father's knack of moving as silently as a spirit in the woods. Itty watched as Rowan edged over and peeked between the hazels. She saw Rowan's face go stark. Only the sight of evil gave Rowan that look. Something evil. But no immediate danger. Rowan had not moved. With her heart pounding painfully, Itty eased her own head up until she could catch a glimpse of her father's encampment through the bushes. At first, she could make little sense of the bits and pieces she saw between hazel stems. Lances with their butts set into the ground, their pennons bearing her father's device, a white rose on a red ground. Horses, bay and dapple grey. Men-at-arms in plumed helmets and red quilted tabards, with the white rose riding like a breastplate on their chests.